Where has Gypsy Rose Blanchard been? We haven't seen that gremlin in quite some time. The last we seen was her on TikTok, and she ordered a shirt from Amazon, and she had, of course, she had to be certain to tell us it was a size small shirt, because Gypsy, the size clothes she wears is very important to her for some reason. She has to let people know size small, size extra small. She's very conceited that way. She thinks, her weight loss and her tiny figure is what defines her. No, it's your crime that defines you, not your size small shirt. So she holds up the shirt and talks about how huge it looks for a size small. We don't care, Gypsy. But anyways, that's the last we've really seen from her. And then she did make her announcement that she was working with a PR firm, and they were going to be managing her socials. And let me tell you, she's such a mess. She needed someone to manage her socials. Actually, she just needs to get offline, because we don't need a mommy schmurderer, trying to be an influencer and influencing our youth. Because it's been proven there have been several crimes. We have heard teenagers and younger people saying they are going to do a Gypsy Rose while speaking to their parents. And I think she really doesn't care. It doesn't bother her at all. So it seems as if this PR firm may actually have a little sense. They have probably told her, stay offline, because I'm sure they didn't come right out and tell her because she's paying them. But basically, she is a PR nightmare. She speaks without thinking. She's disgusting. Bottom line, she's disgusting. So, the last we seen of her, like I said, was the shirt. And then we had the Father's Day where she took this borrowed kid, because Gypsy Rose did not give birth to any child. So she took this borrowed child, whoever's child this is, and Rod, her dad, is playing with the child. And, Gypsy wants to put Rod up on this pedestal all the time. He's just the greatest father. And look how he interacts with Aurora, whoever Aurora belongs to. But she thinks he's just this wonderful father. But she never wants to address how he wasn't there growing up. And now that we have all the access to all these FOIA documents, it's proven that Dee Dee tried to facilitate him spending time with Gypsy. He is the one that didn't want to spend time with Gypsy. It wasn't Dee Dee keeping him away from Gypsy. But, Gypsy will never address that. And then the only reason Rod and Christy want anything to do with Gypsy is because of the money. Had she not had these documentaries and nice money coming in, I guarantee she would not have been able to live there, because they don't want no part of her. I mean, when she was arrested, Christy even told the detectives, don't let her fool you. She's smarter than she lets on. And I gotta wonder, does Rod and Christy, did they not worry when she was spending time, when she was living there? Is that why they always placated her and tried to keep her happy, because they were afraid if they went to sleep, they might meet the same demise as Dee Dee did? I don't know. But we haven't seen any movement on her podcast channel on YT. We haven't seen anything on her family channel. None of that. So, she has reopened her cameos, though. And if this doesn't tell you how much Gypsy values herself, her cameos are $99 plus for an average of 57 seconds. This gremlin thinks she is worth $100 for 1 minute. And I cannot understand who pays a schmurderer to send them a message, a happy birthday or whatever. Who? And who are these people that support Gypsy Rose? That's what I mean, it's so easy to look at these FOIAs to see that everything was a lie. Her whole defense with this Munchausen syndrome by proxy was all cooked up by her defense attorney, Mike Stanfield. Think about this. If you were being harmed by your mother, or father, or anybody for that matter, and you commit this crime, and you're being questioned by these detectives, and they say, why did you do it? What's the first thing out of your mouth going to be? Me? I had to do it because this, and this was happening to me. That she was doing this, and this. I was being harmed by her. But Gypsy never, that whole interrogation, several hour long interrogation, never said that her mother harmed her. That should be proof in itself. That Dee Dee never harmed her. Was Dee Dee perfect? No. You know, she was scamming these charities and whatnot. Of course, yeah, she was. But she was a mother trying to do the best she could for her child. She wanted to give her child a good life. So, and actually, 3 people have booked cameos with Gypsy in this past week. Her last completed cameo was June 19th. So I'm surprised the PR firm is even letting her do these cameos. But 3 people have booked them this week, and she only has 6 more open at this price. As if this $100 for 57 seconds is such an amazing deal. It takes a special kind of person to pay a schmurderer $100. Send them a message. I would give them the $100 to stay away from me, not speak to me. I don't want to hear anything. I wouldn't want to hear anything that they have to say. Because with Gypsy, it's all lies. I truly believe that she has told so many lies that she actually believes her lies now. She cannot differentiate between lies and the truth anymore. That's how far gone she is. I mean, look how long she's keeping up this facade of having this child. Have you ever noticed when Ryan Anderson speaks about this child, he does not even address it as she? He addresses this baby as it. Because even Ryan Anderson knows there's no child. I mean, the divorce decree should be enough to prove it. A divorce is not finalized until after the birth of a child, because they have to establish paternity, because it has to all be in this divorce decree. She was not pregnant at the time of her divorce. Like I said, this is all public information. This is all available. You don't believe what I'm saying? Take the time, look it up. You can go to the Into the Weeds podcast on YT. They have every FOIA document just about. Anything else you can find, Google it. Look at the crime scene photos and tell me that you'd give this monster $100 to send you a cameo. Disgusting. And you know, I guess I want to know who in the world is going to tank their company and to sponsor this supposed podcast she's got coming up. And who would want to be on a podcast made by Gypsy Rose Blanchard? Who? Other schmurderers? They can compare notes? What? But I cannot see, like, any companies or anybody giving her a sponsorship. I can't see it. Because it would not be a good business move. But it has been nice not having to see any of her nonsense and all her antics online. But she still got her Big Sheen out there, and Bree and Dreamer, all these other minions out there that, you know, do all of her dirty work for her. They need to just all go away too.